The Sacred Band is a second founding chapter formed after the Horus Heresy. They were originally part of the Emperor's Children Legion under their primarch Fulgrim. During the Great Crusade, a fleet of them was sent by Fulgrim to the world of Sidon to claim it in the name of the Emperor, but the fleet was caught by a warp storm and only emerged from the warp close to the end of the heresy. Having departed before the corruption of their legion and primarch, the fleet under the command of Malchus Dido couldn't believe what their primarch and legion had become and decided to stay loyal to the Emperor and fight their corrupted brothers. Even if they couldn't help the loyalists during the Siege of Terror, they participated in the Great Scouring and were reorganized into the Sacred Band chapter. They were given the world of Carthago and the Hammond subsector to protect in the Ultima Segmentum. After that, the Sacred Band would continue to serve the Imperium for millennia. They participated in multiple wars, like the War of the Beast, in which they were almost destroyed. They were called to fight during the Badab War and were part of the forces that destroyed the Hive Fleet Behemoth. The Sacred Band is most famous for its primary role during the Leptis War. During this war, the chapter's 2nd and 3rd battalions were sent to the aid of the imperial world of Leptis under attack by the Harpists of Doom, an Emperor's Children warband. The war would last 10 years as the Sacred Band and PDF would destroy the Chaos Warband. It was during this war that one of the heroes of the chapter would rise, Hannibal the Thunderbolt. He led a force of Marines against multiple squads of Noise Marines attacking a PDF bunker. Despite their numerical disadvantage, the Sacred Band Marines managed to kill most of the Noise Marines and repelled the attack. After the fall of Cadia and the splitting of the Imperium in two, Subsector Hammon has been invaded by a minor Tyranid Hive Fleet Lucifer. But it's not all because of the proximity of the subsector to the Cicatrix Maledictum that multiple worlds were attacked by demons. The Sacred Band would have perished if not for the intervention of the Indomitus Crusade. Now saved, the Sacred Band is rebuilding under the command of their chapter master, Hasdrubal Marked, even if the chapter did not receive any Primaris Marines. The Sacred Band thinks that they have to redeem their entire legion for the betrayal of the Emperor and the Imperium. They are perfectionists, always trying to find the most efficient way of killing the enemies of the Imperium and improving upon their already existing tactics. The Sacred Band are also surprisingly close to the people of the Imperium, ruling directly over their world and are seen as benevolent protectors and are indeed very popular. They cooperate a lot with the PDF of their worlds. They will tend to avoid civilian casualties if possible, but will not hesitate to sacrifice civilians if it permits them to gain an advantage in the fighting. Organization. The Sacred Band does not follow the Codex Astartes. The chapter still has librarians, chaplains, tech marines and apothecaries, but instead of being divided into 10 companies, the chapter is divided into 5 battalions, who are then divided in 3 phalanx, composed of 15 squads. These phalanx are composed of 3 scout squads, 6 assault squads, 4 tactical squads and 2 devastator squads. To this, you can add some rhinos, land speeders and bikes. There is also the Honor Guard, in which are regrouped the Terminators of their chapter. The Honor Guards serve as the bodyguards of the chapter master, but are also used to crush any threat that are too great to handle for regular Space Marines. There exists a third force inside the chapter, the Hoplites. The Hoplites are an elite force created during the invasion of the Sacred Band homeworld by Chaos Demons. They were created by Hannibal the Thunderbolt and are specialized in fighting demons. The Sacred Band are experts in deep strike behind enemy lines, and the chapter uses more assault Space Marines and scouts than most other chapters. It can almost be said that they use guerrilla tactics with ambush, trap, and in general using surprise as their greatest weapon. They are fast and agile, striking with deadly efficiency before vanishing, leaving behind only corpses and ruins. They are the most adept in desert and arid terrain. A typical attack of the Sacred Band begins with the scouts harassing the enemy with snipers and traps. This phase can last a few hours or even days or months in some cases. Then, when the target is deemed ready for destruction, the chapter launches its assault squads with support from the land speeders and bikes. The Sacred Band Assault Marines are known for their love for melee combat and use the chain axe instead of the chainsword. If there is heavy resistance, the Tactical and Devastator squads are called in action, but most of the time this is not necessary as they are used to secure the zone when the fighting is done.